Okay, this is a walkthrough of University of Maine Presque, well, at least my experience with UMPI. Well, so here's the layout of my email here. It's from Yourpace, basically. You could learn, you know, at your own pace with Yourpace UMPI. You'll have your select advisors, and then you'll have director or communication director, and then you'll have student support services, a few other people. You'll get your own personalized email so you could check, and you can use it for whatever you like, pretty much. I think there's a storage limit on it, but this is where you'll get most of your information. Like if you submitted a milestone or a final draft or just a draft itself for the final. Um, So yeah, here's an example of milestone four has been released, access to milestone assignment number four. This is for criminal justice ethics. There's four milestones for this class, but you could see, you could go to, it gives you feedback every assignment you finish, basically. Um, so it is interesting. It gives you, information on if you need to submit for more classes or register for more classes for the summer term. The summer term isn't required to register for classes, but yeah, you could use this email for a lot of things. It tells you if you finished a class, if you have a submitted. It doesn't tell you if you passed a class in your email, but it will tell you, um, like it will confirm basically that you submitted things too. So we'll say your submission folder was successful or whatnot, something like that. Um, but it's interesting. So these are pretty much the basic necessity of the email. You can use it to send just anything Gmail will have. And then if you go into, for example, my program, um, not all of the criteria or like the information is up to date that they'll send. I mean, they're probably backlogged a little bit. This is my English BA program for journalism and professional communication. So just I completed some classes for transfer, and then I did complete some classes at the school as well. So I think I have like 6 classes to go for my English BA. And that took me about 4 months. I mean, journalism is a little bit tougher criteria. You have to go through these interviews, and you have to do bid responses and everything. You have to observe and examine research. Some of the other classes at the school are a little bit easier, and you can go a little bit faster paced if you do have competency in the subject. It's more of like technical skills for some of them. So yeah, and I mean English is fun. Not everything on the site that says you have to complete is updated. These are the actual classes for BA right now that I'm in, at least. Like English, I believe literature, just the basic one, is not in the requirements. I thought it was, but it was not. I was thinking it was going to drop because it was a very difficult class apparently. So, or tough at least. The professor was a little bit too tough, I think. But overall it was pretty good. For example, I completed change management, leadership, or feature writing. It took about 2 months to finish. So it's been like 3 or 4 classes every 2 months or so. Um, if you go into more like business related classes, like this accounting minor, I completed 2 classes, or not 2 classes. I completed 2 classes almost. I'm still finishing managerial accounting. Still some time with that and intro to financial accounting. I'm waiting for my milestone draft to be graded, so that's good. It's accounting minor is a little bit more business related, not as tough or strict as like statistics, but it is what it is. Criminal justice minor, it's pretty simple, straightforward. It's basically a law degree, a law certificate or a degree. I mean, it talks about sociology, ethics, basically, what jurisdictions like play in courts and things like that. So that's primarily what you're going to be doing for a criminal justice minor, or probably a major, most likely. And the police officers I know mostly go into what is it called? They go into um, um, psychology. So and then with this class, it doesn't show updated platform that I completed sociology 100. I don't think it's transferred in yet, but that's the class I only finished. And then we're going to intro to criminal justice, right? Waiting for the final to be graded, and then I have the criminal justice ethics final paper I have to do. And this is management information systems. And I got most of this done over 2 terms. So it was like the end of the last month in one term, and then the next month, yeah, which is this month of this term, I completed all the required courses. I transferred in, let's see, I transferred in, where is it right here? Oh, Introduction to Project Management from Sophia.org. So it was kind of interesting. It wasn't too difficult or anything. It was more of a Microsoft platform class, basically learning about Access, Excel, PowerPoint. Pretty simple, straightforward. If you need it for work, I mean, it could help. I thought something like the management minor would be too simple because of the communication program I'm applying for. So that's what I thought it was a little bit too simple. I mean, with these business classes, you can get through in a week less probably. Kind of like Sophia.org, but there's papers for all these classes, so it's like 3 or 4 papers followed by a paper. And I mean, most of this material is from the 90s or 80s, so I mean, none of it's really been updated, and you're probably going to find that with any school you go to. It's kind of boring. I mean, there's a psychology minor. I haven't gone through this psychology minor here yet. I'm thinking about taking psychology 311 research methods next. But I mean, there is required classes for some of these subjects. So you have to check which class you can take first and next and things like that. So this has been pretty straightforward, I guess. It's pretty straightforward. It talks about what you need to do, all of that. It's not super difficult or anything. It just takes time. It really, really does take time and research, and learning, about like the subject criteria, like before you go to school is, probably the most important thing. Because if you're not grasping a subject or you don't have like any real life experience, like even a volunteer job, um, you probably won't, do what you need to do without like a subject or subjective like point of view, like, or you follow some sort of examination. Work experience is pretty good. Volunteer as well. I know if you run your own business, you probably know a lot of this stuff as well. So I mean, like with accounting, you do go over like was it QuickBooks, and you learn about that. You learn about quantities and adjustment flexible accounting. It doesn't really mix with the management information systems minor, but I've only taken the minor. So like with flex programming. But anyways, I think it's a good school pretty much. It could be a little bit slower because I'm on the West Coast. So everything is kind of time tracked back, and it does add to that like sleeplessness. You have to get up in the morning, or you have to send an email, uh, and then try to get it. You have to get to the school somehow, but that's probably the only problem. And then sometimes like advisors can be a little bit slow. But other than that, it's good school. You could probably get a bachelor's degree in a little under 2 months if you really tried and you knew what you're doing, basically. But I mean, a full degree, it's not impossible to get one in 6 months, a bachelor's degree, or even 4 months for that matter. From the management information systems, so the project manager, it probably wouldn't be too difficult if you know what you're doing. You have some creativity and passion for business, basically. It is suited for business. Um, Management information systems is a wide array topic. I mean, databasing is a pretty important thing. A lot of people fail to grasp that subject or like, remain creative. So I think it's good. And if I did pursue a management information systems and project management BA, I might. I mean, because wouldn't take so much time, it would add to the communications degree I have, so I could, maybe get a business side job or something like that, and then use the accounting minor, maybe get a part-time job or something, maybe QuickBooks. But I could also come back to the school because I know the school allows double majoring, which is cool. You can major in two subjects at once. I think that's the most you can have. You'd actually have to check. I think I checked. I think the advisor said, but they weren't sure. It was only two, so I might come back and then try to maybe double minor with a minor in psychology and criminal justice, or accounting or something like that. So yeah, it's just a true perspective, upbeat. This is basically what the platform looks like. This is my phone, so I mean I don't really have a way to log in so much on the the phone to my portal. I don't think I have one. Um, Let me try. Let's see. Maybe this is another troubling thing. You can't really just log in sometime through the portal here. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Which they should. I should probably email technical support to do that. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much. Let's have it bookmarked. Let's see. Hmm, that may be right here. Well, this is what the portal looks like for the classic login. So just log in here, logging me in. This is what the basic portal looks like. It looks like I have a message. It shows you the class schedule, and that's not 100% up to date as well, the week schedule. So I mean, there's some technical issues with the site, but it runs. I haven't experienced any errors or anything like that when it comes to submissions. So that's been good. I did have some hesitations when I was going to go to the school, where I was looking at schools. I took a chance at this because a professor at College Act recommended this college he was working there. I also did an interview with him for the journalism program I was working on for a magazine feature, but it's good. It's a good school. Some of these like the toolbars and everything could be like adjusted a little bit. But I don't know. I'm not sure why they haven't been adjusted, because it's probably such a new program, I guess. Um, but I'm trying to locate the. Let's see if I can go back. Maybe we'll do it that way. Um, hmm, Maybe not. Um, yeah, it just kind of bummer I can't show. Maybe it will work this time. But the basically the gist of it is it's a good school. The platform can be updated a little bit. The teachers are usually nice. Or else they'll probably you get them out of there. I'm just joking, but it's a good school. I do recommend the school. Here it is. Here's Brightspace. Let's see if I can log in and show you the portal. Okay, so yeah, this is Brightspace. This is the portal. So I have CRJ 225 criminal justice ethics. I'll jump in there. And then it shows the classes I did complete. So it shows, I have a final assessment to do. You click on the final assessment. Basically, you can see, the milestone you have to complete, basically. And it's just basically an ethics paper, especially for this law or criminal justice degree. You go back, you hit University of Maine, Presque up there, and you could you could do this. It's mostly meant for a computer. I mean, if you're not using a computer, I don't think you should be going to college, but it does take some time, um, and if you're still working on the platform, like, there's Sophia.org, and there's other platforms like, I forget what a few other ones are, Straighterline, and then there's, I think it's called Sailor, which they charge you $5 per test, and then you take a college class. Sophia's, I think, $600 a year. So that's I afforded this class, and then I transferred all my credits into an associate's degree at Pierpont Community and Technical College in West Virginia. I think it's the only college that allows you to do that. So just fast-paced college, or at your own pace college, for cheaper than what you're going to spend. I mean, if you're really planning on going into college, I mean, you're probably just going to be doing this all the time. So it's good to like kind of schedule, or like keep up with like kind of like what you need to do with your time, basically. So once you go to school, you're kind of stranded with the school. It does cost a little bit of money to go to class. So yeah, this is my programming for managers. Did that quickly. Management information system quickly. Business 150. Still waiting for that one to come in, and then database management did that one rather quickly, probably a week or a few days. And CRJ criminal justice, that doesn't take too long or anything like that. So very excited for that class. Never took criminal to justice 100. And then managerial accounting and criminal justice ethics. So once two classes, or you can take two classes per term at start, and then once one class, you've submitted the final draft, which is the first draft, and then you submit the final. You can unlock another class, forwarding like the email you receive for the submission, and then sending that to a specialized email for the school, and then they'll let you get a new class. You just tell them what class you want, but I don't think it's automatic or anything like that. I think there's a person behind the desk doing that. And then another thing with the school financial aid, you're not probably going to get that much financial aid per term or semester. It will probably most likely be sparing, like maybe it depends on who you are. I mean, it could be 1,000 to 3,000, maybe 2,000 per 2 terms. So you get paid in 2 term installments, and then it's term is every 2 months. So yeah, this is University of Maine Presque. So this is like right next to the border of Canada and then United States, so up north. I'm down in California, so I mean this is kind of ironic that I'm going to school, so far away. But this is probably the best move. I mean, if you want to move on with your bachelor's degree, maybe get into a technical skill, and just have something to hold on to. There's no real reason you would pay this much money for a degree. I mean, unless it was a technical degree or anything like that. But another thing with University of Maine Presque, and then that of the community college, which is Pierpont in West Virginia, they're both you have to be 20 years old or older to join the school, so that they do appreciate the idea of like you having a world about you before you go to school, and maintain that like ethic, or like whether it's work or just kind of volunteering, or you adjusting to like what you need to adjust to, right? So it's a pretty open school, so I do enjoy this school. So this is just what it's like. Yeah. So and there's also groups online on Facebook. There's only one group I know on Facebook, which is the UMPI Sophia Facebook group, but they're very helpful people. They talk about school material and criteria and everything like that. Talk about how hard class is, the best method to approach a class, basically, or just staying organized, basically. And there's the other support groups for people online, for their students. You just kind of have to look. I haven't really added any groups from the school. I'm not aware of any. There probably might be some. And then there's a group called Atlas on the school, which they offer a scholarship if you join. And it just talks about study material, or the kind of working with the school on academic based curriculum and stuff like that. I think that's what it's on or about. So you know, you can take a look at the school. They have the website, um, which I can just basically open up right now. Yourpace, UMPI Yourpace. This is UMPI Yourpace, so it's not UMPI. It's UMPI Yourpace. So you go down to this. You can look at different programs. This is a graduate degree. There's only one graduate degree that I know of, which is a master's program. But these are the other programs here. So it's accounting, Bachelor of Arts, professional communication and journalism, history and political science, history concentration, in political science concentration, criminal justice, psychology, accounting concentration, management, leadership concentration, marketing, accounting, project management, information systems, supply chain management concentration, certificate in human services, liberal studies, accounting minor. So it's just a minor with, I think you have to have like 30 classes at UMPI. Like you have to have, I think, or 30 credits. I'm sorry, 30 credits. And then I can have minor. So technically, I could graduate with an MIS minor, but it probably wouldn't help you in the long run. Once you get that bachelor's degree, you cannot get financial aid anymore. You can't get any Pell Grants, so it's all through loans unless you find a scholarship. And I don't think there's too many scholarships, or I mean, technically there's grants, but you probably should be thinking about your future a little bit more even though this is, kind of an understudy graduate or understudy degree, that's what you have. And there's educational studies minor, which, there's some classes for that in the journalism, English major, management systems minor again, liberal studies management minor, liberal studies project management minor, masters of arts and organizational leadership, and mental health rehabilitation technician community certificate. And you'll have to check, with your state boards for like psychiatry if they will accept these credits. I talked to my state in California, and they didn't say if it did or not, like to do the theory hours. So you're pretty much on your own. I'm not sure if something like a psychology degree or minor would suffice for something like that. Again, you'll have to ask. And I've looked it up. I haven't really found anything. So I'm not sure. California, they don't really have good communication skills. But again, you could try. You never know. But I don't know. So, these are the Yourpace offerings at UMPI. You can request information here. They have an email here, umpi-yourpace at maine.edu. I'll call 207-768-9433. So it's an interesting school. I mean, you can't take the classes, at UMPI technically. Like, they don't have that program set. Yeah, it's not like so much a technical school, but it's becoming, a little bit more impressive. They just updated those programs for, I believe, the technical certificates, and then before that, they did the psychology degree, which is a new program. So it's interesting. I mean, it's all papers, basically, projects somewhat. But I mean, those papers can be long and difficult, but you could start to learn as a study, communicate more, and you start to learn how to socialize in this like kind of academic manner, which is good. And you can learn about, all sorts of studies and things like that. So yeah, enjoy. This is UMPI school. Yeah, so enjoy.